Hey all, Echo here with Yo Dragon Creations and Wellness, also known as Mama Dragon. I'm going to talk to you about some uncommon uses for common teas. If you go to almost any grocery store, Walmart, Target, etc., you will find some boxes of herbal tea. Um, you'll find a variety along with the traditional teas, black teas, green teas, some herbals. Celestial Seasonings is a pretty popular brand, but for the things that I'm going to talk about, you're going to be looking for either Yogi brand or traditional medicinals. And traditional medicinals is the one I have here, and this is Nettle leaf. And the box looks very similar to this package. I have a very bad habit of throwing away my boxes, so I don't have that to show you, but the boxes are similar to the individual packages. If you remember as a kid running around your yard or out in a field and brushing up against a plant that caused a lot of pain and itching and inflammation for usually around half an hour for most people, unless you're in a huge patch and don't get out of it, that was stinging nettle. That plant defense mechanisms are both physical and chemical. Those little nettles are very sharp and very small, and they dig into your skin, and then they also release chemical histamines that cause the itching and sometimes rash. For most people it's pretty quick and it goes away, but some people of course have more severe reactions. Little did anybody know when we were children and hating this plant that this plant actually is extremely useful. You can use any part of the plant, and you can use it any way except for fresh, of course. Once you cook, freeze, or dry this herb, those little tiny fibers, the stingers, they fall off. So after those are gone, you have a very useful plant. Like I said, the common use is as a tea. I find this as a very useful tea, kind of one of nature's multivitamins. A nettle is rich with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, so it's pretty good for just about anything. Last year I managed to bring my iron up from low numbers to above normal numbers, not realizing until a while later that it was because I was drinking nettle tea almost every day. So it's very useful for that. But some uncommon things that nettle is useful for is on the skin, believe it or not. Some traditions use the fresh, stinging leaves to treat severe pain. There's some studies done that show that the chemicals in nettle cause the pain receptors to react differently than normal pain does. So all of a sudden the brain is going, oh, there's this thing and I need to concentrate on it instead of the other thing that was causing the chronic pain or severe acute pain. But what I'm going to talk about is something that you can use these little packages for, and one is an infused oil. Use any kind of carrier oil you like, even just plain olive oil off the shelf. Of course, the higher quality the better, but it's a very easy way to start with herbs. And you just open these packages up, you take your traditional tea bag out, and then just snip it with scissors, cut it here, and then pour your dried herb into the jar, and then cover that herb in there with the olive oil. Then you let that sit on a sunny shelf for 2 to 3 weeks, and the oil will absorb the properties out of the nettle. Then you can use that oil after you've strained out the herb for very many useful things. Those chemicals will remain in the oil when you remove the herb, and you can use that oil straight on, or you can use it to make a salve. It's useful for anti-inflammatory. Those antihistamines in the plant material are good for arthritis, rashes, very good for bug bites, even eczema. Some studies have shown that that's useful for eczema. You can use the tea bag just the way it is also. You just take it out of the package, leave it in there, throw it in some boiling water for, I would say, about a minute till it gets all soaked and hot, and then let it cool. And then put it just right on the eczema flare, the bug bite, whatever is bothering. I know some people get some really bad psoriasis on their hands during the winter time. It would be really good for relieving the pain in that also. So yeah, here's some very simple things that you can do with nettle tea that's on the shelf at almost any store you can go to. It's not just a wonderful tasting herbal tea that you can drink, although it's very good for you. So here's Mama Dragon signing off for Wellness with a Purpose.